Good morning, and boy, is it a good morning in the world of football because the Kansas City Chiefs, let's not mix words, choked. Choked. I was so bummed, I gotta admit, I was so bummed when the Chiefs beat the Bills in overtime. Now, neither of those teams are my team, so I ultimately really don't care. But I have such a non-liking. I don't want to use more colorful words because both kids are in the room right now. I have such a distaste for Patrick Mahomes' brother. And I don't even refer to him by his real name. He should legally change his name to Patrick Mahomes' brother because that's all he's ever going to be known for. Sorry for the imminent interruptions. I'm sure the one kid will chime in about earthquakes or tornadoes and ships and whatever. Anyway, I had to say the T word. Patrick Mahomes' brother makes that team so unlikable. And the fact that Patrick Mahomes doesn't rein his brother in and tell him to chillax makes me dislike Patrick Mahomes and by proxy the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm an Andy Reid supporter. I love everything he did. But anyway, and I'm gonna make a separate video previewing this Super Bowl because I think this is one of the best matchups, story-filled matchups, and it's probably not gonna be one of the most watched Super Bowls and stuff like that. But I am looking forward to this Super Bowl. But that's for a separate video here. But the Kansas City Chiefs are now known as chokers, and that door was opened up for Patrick Mahomes this weekend when Tom Brady announced his retirement, and all the people going, this is Patrick Mahomes' time to shine. He is going to be the new Tom Brady. Let's not say that anymore. 0-2 against Brady in the playoffs. You blew a 21-3 lead at home in your house, one of the toughest places to play at Arrowhead. You blew a 21-3 lead against a team with a second-year quarterback. But Tom Brady would never. Like, if anything, the only I could see the only fair comparison right now is Patrick Mahomes is going to be the next Aaron Rodgers, because they're both going to be guys that won a Super Bowl early on in their career. They're both going to be guys that have multiple MVPs, and they're both going to be guys that are never going to be considered the GOATs. They're never going to be in that conversation. Like, let's be real. And honestly, when you have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce on your offense, and you struggle to score a single touchdown the second half of an AFC championship game, you only get 3 points? You want to be compared to Tom Brady? Get out of here. So, as for yesterday's game, one of the biggest moments that I don't think people are harping on enough is the inability to get that touchdown before halftime. Now, I know there was not much time left on the clock, and there's not enough time, so you couldn't do any run plays or stuff like that. But you had 3 chances to get a touchdown there, and time ran out, and you went into the locker room. Getting a touchdown there ends the game. Like, I'm sorry, as well as Cincinnati was playing, that is a backbreaker going into halftime. And instead, the exact opposite happened from that play, because from that series of plays, because not getting a touchdown there gave the team bad momentum, and they took that bad momentum and carried it through the entire second half. The Kansas City Chiefs and the quote-unquote next GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, scored 3 points, and those 3 points came on the last play of regulation time. You had a whole second half of football, and you don't score points till the final second of the second half? Against a team that, honestly, no one expected to be there. Cincinnati won 4 games last year. But I want to go into Cincinnati's backstory more in the Super Bowl preview video. This is about the Chiefs choking right now. And I don't mean that to sound like I'm throwing shade on Cincinnati for how they played yesterday, but this is more about how Kansas City played, or lack thereof, how they didn't play well. It's so crazy that, everyone expected the Chiefs to be there. Everyone expected them to at least be in the Super Bowl. Did you honestly think like the Titans were going to make it there, or any other team was really going to contend in the AFC? Like, no, not really. Yeah, I like, and you point to the Chiefs yesterday and you say, well, who do you point the finger at more? Because I look at an offense that scored 3 points in the first half, and I look at a defense that only gave up 3 points in the first half. Or excuse me, the offense gave up, got 3 points in the second half. Misspoke there. So you have an offense that scores 3 points in the second half, and you have a defense that gave up 3 points in the first half. So it's like if you lose the game, the defense ends up giving up more points. So it's like, I guess more of the blame is on them. But when you have Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce, you can't struggle to get points. Like it's not like Kansas City has this world beater defense, and it's not like the Cincinnati Bengals are some chump change, unproven team this year that struggles to put up points on offense. But man, just this shocked me, and that's why I went like I just went dark on the on the internet. Like I was so bummed after that loss to the Bills in overtime. Then I can hold on. Just wanted to make sure the 6-month-old wasn't sticking anything in his mouth that he shouldn't. Anyway, I was just so bummed. Like I'm all about talking football this time of year. I took the week off. I didn't say anything about any of the games last weekend. Once that Bills game ended in overtime, I was like, I don't even feel like talking about football. I'm so bummed. I'm so bummed knowing that Patrick Mahomes' brother is celebrating, and the other lady who will remain nameless as well. I was so bummed. I was like, I don't even feel like talking about football, because I was like, the Chiefs are gonna win. They're gonna be in the Super Bowl again. Like no disrespect, Cincinnati, but they're gonna beat you. Now I didn't go to Nick Wright levels of, oh my God, I can't wait to hear Nick Wright this morning and what he has to say. Oh my gosh. I love it too, because he was very anti against the Eagles and Super Bowl 52 and all that, and then he had to come back and eat crow on that one. And boy, he's got several crows on the platter this morning on First Things First. Anyway, that's Nick's problem, not mine. Where was I? I was so bummed that I didn't even want to talk about football, because I was so short. I was like, Kansas City's gonna win. It's at their house. They're a 7-point favorite. Joe Burrow's a second-year quarterback. Like, you know, you don't see guys like this. And now I've been a big Joe Burrow supporter. I've been saying like that kid is the real deal. And I said that even very early on. This ain't just something I came to yesterday. I was like, they're going to win. They're going to be in the Super Bowl, and they'll probably win the Super Bowl too. And then yesterday happened, and my heart just blew up with joy, blowing a 21-3 lead at home. Ho, 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 ho. Like, again, once I saw that score... ho, 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 that's right, Santa Claus. Once I saw that game was 21-3, I was like, well, here we go. The route is on. This game's going to end up 40-something to 10 or whatever. But, man, just this Cincinnati team, and again, I want to focus more on that on the Super Bowl preview video. But this Cincinnati team is... They got the smell of destiny on them. They've got the smell of destiny on them. But then again, so does another quarterback who plays for an NFC team. But again, we'll get to that in the Super Bowl preview video. It made me feel so good, because at the end of the day, I'm a fan of football. I like a good football, and these playoff games have been amazing. Like how many have ended in overtime or just a final kick with regulation time expiring. Like, this is what it's all about, being a fan and seeing this go down. This is great. This is great. Except for that Bills game would have been so much better if it ended the other way around. But anyway, but you know, or maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it wouldn't, because I think this sting is so much worse. What happened to the Chiefs yesterday than if the Bills just went and won in overtime, because Josh Allen is like certified legit. Joe Burrow is like, his certification papers are still being processed by the home office. Like they didn't quite give you the certification letter in the mail yet. Like Joe Burrow, I mean, you get to the Super Bowl, if he wins the Super Bowl, my gosh, they're going to FedEx one day night delivery that certification paper. Anyway, I think this sting is so much worse of blowing a 21-3 point lead, because they weren't up 21-3 on the Bills. That was a back and forth game. Like in a way, I'm I'm kind of thankful now, looking back in retrospect, that the Bills did end up losing that game because, man, the more less likely team to beat them was the Bengals. A 21-3 lead at home. Hey, kid, say the Chiefs are chokers. That's exactly what I told you to say. Anyway, Kansas City. Hey, don't worry. You've seen Mahomes get your squad one ring. Please don't drop that near the baby's head. All right? Yeah, thank you.
Because he popped the wrong thing last night.
Okay, I have no idea what that means, but that's wonderful news. So, anyways, don't worry, Kansas City. You got your one ring in 52 years, just like the Eagles and Nick Foles got us one ring in 52 years. And you know, hey, it is what it is. But no, kid, no. Daddy's camera. See, this ain't the Shade Targe channel, son. Anyway, Kansas City, you'll probably be back here next year, but your salary cap situation's looking a little iffy, and that window is closing, and I don't know what exactly you're going to see Patrick Mahomes do without guys like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce on the team, because you know they're not going to be there forever. Anyway, Chiefs, you choked. Andy Reid, you choked. You took, and well, actually, you know what? There's one other thing I want to say is people need to realize what a mental like this is like when after the Carolina Panthers lost that Super Bowl because Cam Newton failed to fall on a fumbled ball and it was scared of that life. That was such a mentally breaking Super Bowl loss that the team honestly never recovered from it. Cam Newton never played the same again, and you can point to any number of things or whatever, but when a team loses such a game of mental importance, like you're up 21-3 at home and you're the team that should be here and should be going on, you lose to the second-year quarterback on the other team. This is like in Final Fantasy X when you use mental break as an attack. Like the team is mentally broke right now, and honestly, there's times teams do not recover from that. And again, like that Carolina Panthers team never recovered because they lost to Peyton Manning, being a shell of himself in the Super Bowl in the final season of his career, and is never mentally recovered from that. And that's a total. No matter how much talent you have, you just got to be mentally there, and you got to wonder if that is going to linger, because you saw how mentally broken they were at the end of that first half. And Patrick Mahomes had actually I think he did have a perfect passer rating, or a near perfect, 3 touchdowns. It was like 250 some yards, something odd yards in the first half, and he had 50 yards passing in the second half. Like, that's mentally broken. That's a team that is mentally shook with what ended at that first half, and even Andy Reid's play calling failed to adjust or anything like that, and they played so poorly from the end of that first half on, because man, they were just mentally shook. And you gotta wonder if that's gonna linger. All right, that's what I'll leave you with, guys. Anyways, kid, you have any final words you want to leave with everyone? That is all.